What's up, Nathan? Oh, bear with me 1 second. Hi, I'm back. Wanted to get my other phone going so I can see. The that accessory drive turned out real nice, man. Anytime you make it to Friday, you're good. Anytime you make it to Friday, you're good. Alright. Where'd we leave off? Where did we leave off? We're we're at putting the grommets in this stuff. That's what we were doing. 3 large. Mark the top with a T on the back. All right, we fought that vent. JG told me that vent was a real pain in the butt. Boy, he wasn't kidding. That thing was straight up a pain in the rear to get in. These fight you just as much, but they're not too bad. Just got to make sure your orientation's correct. I've been waiting for a while to do this video series. I'm getting excited about it. Because really, there's nobody's done a real good job at doing the install, and I'm talking like full walkthrough. What's up, Vic? But yeah, I'm talking like full walkthrough install on the vintage air kit on these Impalas. Jeremy did a pretty good job. I mean, JG did a good job, but I wanna I wanna do the whole thing, and I'll cut it down and condense it. But the only thing I didn't film everything of was cutting the firewall out because it just got so involved. Or at least not cutting the firewall out, but cutting the vent off the firewall. But here, let me show you guys what the accessory drive turned out like. I think it turned out real good. I appreciate you all jumping in here. Been a while since I really started posting anything consistently because we were waiting on parts, and I should have been a little more aware of that because my channel suffered because of it. So the firewall wasn't too bad. We did have a incident. Um, yeah, let me show you what happened. Since Daryl's in here, he can see what happened. So when we were cutting up underneath, and when it gets real tight into an area, we didn't realize that we'd hit the dash. There it is, Daryl. Not good. So for reference, here's my index finger, my thumb. Here's my thumb. Yeah, it sucks, but it happens. So you guys are gonna see me doing a little bit of body work and a little paint work. But I got lucky because it's not horrible. Hey guys, I'm pretty handy with a spray can. Yeah, I called Daryl today and told him. He says, "Yeah, I seen you guys cutting on the dash." He said, "I couldn't watch. I had to turn it off." Yeah, things happen. We're lucky that it didn't happen on the blue, because if it would have happened on the blue, we'd have had an issue. That would have been a serious problem. I think I got some oil. Hold on, let me get my pag oil out. Well, unfortunately, I'm out of oil. We're going to skip this part. We're going to go on to prepping the box. And get it ready to go in, and then we're going to have to call it a night because I can't go any further from that without getting the AC lines on, I don't believe. Which, well, it kind of sucks. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think I got some oil here. I think they supplied me with a little bit of oil. Trying to keep my parts kits and parts bags together. Yes, I got oil. Strip of something for some reason. Alright. You know what, Daryl? I agree. I was thinking they sent it with the kit, but remember, they also used to sell. You also used to get shims with starters. You also used to get brake hardware with your brake pads. So, but I will say, it looks like these guys are on top of it, and they are sending it all. All right, bag for the box. Really wish I had a bigger table, but I don't. So far, this part of it has not been too bad. All right, sealing O-rings. So it looks like we're gonna need this side of the box. All right. From the looks of it, when installing a hardliner AC fitting into the evaporator model, ensure the O-ring gland is seated properly. An improper O-ring can cause a leak. All right. What? Flip it over. Install two 45-degree hard lines. They got a part number. 3 half-inch plastic plugs in the rear mounting holes of the module. Plug, plug. Alright, there's your plastic plugs. Now, from what I've seen, the way we kind of oriented this thing, this is the back. Alright. Now, there's a plug here, a plug here, and a plug here. Alright, we're putting these in because these positions are not used in this kit. Sealed off. Install two 45-degree hard lines. Lubricate the caps and rubber inserts from the heater fittings. The caps and rubber inserts. Yeah, I know. Got my everything wrench. The proper wrench for every occasion. Suckers is on there. Must have been vacuum sealed for to keep on what it smells and whatnot, because she hissed. Rubber plugs, rubber plastic caps removed. Two 45-degree lines. Move the caps out of these. They got O-rings on them. To get your mineral oil, that's all it is. Try to keep your cap clean. Just a little dab will do you. Kind of like Fred Flintstone. Make sure they're seated properly before you put them down on. By the looks of the picture, they're going to point straight down. If you guys put these in dry, they will rip. So make sure you got them lubed. Try to keep them pressed and seated as you're tightening the lines down to get them snug. Alright, so these are heater lines. So we can go ahead and tighten these down because we're not going to have to put AC lines on them. Go get some of my bigger wrenches. Almost big enough. Let's step down one more on this. We'll use the crescent wrench on the others. .22 millimeter, that'll do you. Try to pay attention to how much they move when I tighten them. That way they're nice and straight and in the right position when I go to put them in. All right, those are on. All right, we got brackets we got to put on. All right. This bracket, I believe, is still in the car. It is not still in the car. It is out here. Here it is. All right. This bracket looks like it's gonna go right there on that mounting flange. Two number 10 by 5/8 screws. Four of them. Here we go. Machine screws. All right, we're back on. All right. I'm not going to lay it over on its back because I don't want it to. There's uh, There's electric motors on that. I don't want to put pressure on them. Just like any time you put anything together, you never tighten everything down until you get all the screws in. Yeah, I would like to talk to the guys over at Miniger. Maybe I'll make a phone call, find out what the difference between the Gen 4 and the Gen 5 is. I know a lot of it looks to me, the mounting locations. Sure, there's some difference in the ECUs. We'll find out. I'll make it a point to find out. All right. Next thing we got to do is we got to work on this end here. This is going to be your manifold, your dash plenum, which is going to be over in this kit over here. Track your wiring, guys. Okay. So this is in plenum, please. Okay, use spring clips per side. 2 spring clips per side. All right, well, it looks like it clips in. Install 4. Oh, I gotta put the studs in. I forgot. Alright, finished reading my instructions. Alright, here's the studs. You're supposed to put, this one obviously is gonna get 3 of them. I don't like how they're fitting in. Install 2 1/4" studs, 2 number 2 screws. Hold on. Did I mess up? 4, 2 1/4" full threaded studs. But the problem is, alright, let me get a tool for these. Doesn't say how long, so I'm just going to run them flush to the back. Now, this plate is different from the one they show in the picture. But it's definitely the plate that goes there. Quite honestly, the tightness on the threads could very well be the powder coating. Alright, studs are in. I can see them lining up right here. Alright. Alright, here's my spring clips in here. So I'm trying to keep my I can tell you right now I've already screwed up. I put the wrong screws in up here. So we're going to pull these out, put the correct fast spin ones in. So how was your trip? Up here to the Great White North. Old Daryl comes up into my neighborhood and doesn't even stop by. What a guy. Next thing he's going to say, oh, I had to get back and work on Little Bird. Good thing I noticed this now. Go get a different screwdriver. When all else fails, get a bigger hammer. I don't know, guys. I might be in for it. God dang it. Might just leave them in there. Stop and get some replacements in the morning. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave them screws in there because I did mess up. I think if I keep trying to get them out, it's just gonna cause me problems. That's a smart thing to do. Just a machine screw. But that'll teach me to pay attention a little bit closer. Alright. Now this bad boy. How? You in? You gotta go in there somehow. Alright. That's on. Alright. Up in the corners, there's a couple little bosses. That's where your spring clips go. Push them in just like an air cleaner clip. That's on. Patience, Rusty. Now, last night, yeah, there might have been a few words flying around last night. I was a little upset. Alright. Floor plenum. There's a blender door. Okay. I believe that looks like the floor plenum. I see. How'd it go on? Alright. F. Okay, maybe it's the other side. Alright, we gotta figure this one out. Alright. Looks like there's a seam right there. Alright, is that the right direction though? Yes. Alright. If you look at the instructions, always orient your box the way everything's pointing. So these are pointing this way. Obviously, this goes on the left side. And it sits right inside the channel right there. Spring clip on top. And these clips are only going to clip on in one direction. The sharp edge and the round edge. The round edge goes towards the bottom. The sharp edge goes up on the plenum. Clips right on. If you're fighting it, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, Vic, I would probably drive down. And we'd have a little discussion. Defrost plenum. Those are my dash gauges. Defrost plenum. It's got the same slot on the other side. Same process, 2 clips. But here's the thing. This is going to go in one direction, depending on which way these point. So pay attention. All right, those show straight round ones in the picture. So common sense would dictate, since Vic's in here, we're probably not talking much common sense. That's going against the wall. I would say probably put them like this, so they're kind of heading up this way towards the defrost anyway. But this one just shows where they go across. So the directions aren't exactly correct for this one on this part. Maybe I'll mention it to them. Some people, that would confuse. All right. That manifold's on. Looks like we got photo 8, U-spring defrost. All right. Next page. Guys, this is like a small booklet. Kick panel install. Route red wire. Locate the rear heater control valve plug on the main wiring harness. White, yellow, purple. Is this the one they're talking about? I mean, this was clipped up on here, like that. Alright. Wire installation. Locate the heater control valve plug on the main wiring harness, white, yellow, and purple. Route the red, white, and blue wires. Okay, so I think the main harness is over in this box. Hold on. Huh. There's your condenser. Control panel. Guys, I'm only seeing one wiring harness, and it's not what they're claiming the colors are. So, what do we got to figure out here? Here's the main ECU. Those are different. Maybe this is it. All right, let's read a little bit more on that. I think they changed the colors up. Well, let me make sure there's nothing else bad down here in this box. Daryl, this is wiring. This is your territory, man. Come on, get up here. Ha ha. Look what I found. Gen 5 Universal Wiring Kit. And this has got all those pretty colors they were talking about in it. Vic's on here talking crap. Yeah, we could make a lot of money. Grip fight. Well, I ain't talking about gang banging. Alright, locate the heater control valve plug on the main harness. I would assume look at this mess. White, yellow, purple. Alright. White, yellow, purple. They don't plan on having me put no more plugs through this thing. Main wiring harness. Alright. C41. The heck. Alright. I'm confused. Heater control valve. Plug in the main harness. Yellow, white, purple. Routed through the 7/8 inch wire grommet on the kick panel cover and into the kick panel opening. Okay. That don't make no sense. All right. Okay, I get it. Do I gotta de-pin all this? I hate wiring. All right, let me do a little further reading. Make sure this plugs in here. Okay. So that's gonna stay inside the car. think I've got to pull the schematic out here in a minute. Sure, there's got to be one here somewhere. I don't care who you are and how careful you are wrapping wires up, they always tangle. Every single freaking time. Okay. Now, I believe this is how all this is going to go now. All right. Hold off on putting that grommet in because you ain't going to get it in there. All right. Here's the rest of the wires. Got the red, white, and blue wires through the same opening. Hey, what's up, hon? Was that you trying to call me? All right. All right. Might as well get all this routed in there now. Hey, what's up, Bishop? All right, I think we're making some headway now. All right. I am kind of upset though that I am losing my fresh air vent. I always did like these things. It does. I like the camera. The phone is still ticking me off. I deal with change about as well as a 70-year-old man deals with change. What's up, Lotus? Monsieur Clayton. Now, if I remember correctly, we're supposed to have extra screws, right? Always has extra screws. It's not done right until you got a handful of bolts left over. That's how you know you really were in the engine. I don't feel comfortable until I got a couple of bearings laying in my hand still. How can you prove that you changed the bearings if you don't have extras? Just remember, Rusty, our cars can run with half the bolts in them. Fords have trouble running with all the bolts in them. Alright, go get this box. Guess what? I messed up again. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm good. Well, it might be easier if somebody was out there to grab it. Wirefish. All right. So I think we're starting to get to the point where I think we're starting to get to the point where I'm going to do maybe one more thing here. I think we'll be getting to a stopping point, to be honest with you. Um, gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to start getting lines run, stuff like that, and then we're gonna start getting to the point where I gotta have my buddy come over, and we gotta start making fittings, swaging the AC lines and together, all that happy stuff together. So I think we're getting about to that point. I'm gonna finish up with this, getting the electrical lines run through. That way, all I got to do is run the rubber lines. Because the next thing is the heater hoses and AC lines. And that's all got to be hooked up before we even proceed any further with the box. Because all that stuff needs hooked up, plugged in, cinched down, you name it, before the box goes up on the firewall. So, I got a lot done today. Um, really making headway on this little project here. And I'm trying to film it to where it's we're doing it um, you're seeing it done live. I will make a video where it's all cut down and everything else. Um, a little more truncated, couple part series, but I wanted to show the install from start to end, the whole time, nothing hidden. You guys see, you see how it is, you know? I haven't seen anybody do that yet. And I don't see very many good videos on the installation process on this car. And this is a popular car that it's done to. So let me know what you guys think on that. So like I said, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go over here. We're gonna finish. Ooh, almost fell. We're gonna finish up getting this plate at least run through the wiring. Which is not going to take much time here at all. Hardest part, honestly, is going to get this little one here back through. The purple, yellow, and white line. Make sure wires are all untangled. Try to keep them nice and straight and clean and orderly. You don't want nothing knotted. If it seems to be getting knotted in the back, just stop. Untangle it. Be professional about it. Which is what we got going on here, kind of. So let's pull it back out. Start it again. Have to kink the wires. So we know the red one's a longer line, so we get it close, pull the red one. See, we still got a tangle in the back. So obviously running them all through at the same time is not working for me. So we're gonna pull them. We're gonna run them one at a time. It's just how it is. I don't like the way it's looking back there, and I don't want nothing tied up and lines pulled into each other. Just get it done. All right. Wires run. Throw that up under there. Move this stuff out the way. All right. There we go. Those are in. Those lines are run. And what we're dealing with under there this is what's going on under here. So that hole right there is where this cover I have is going. Right up in there. All the AC lines will run right up through there too. So like I said, guys, I really appreciate everyone getting on here and tagging along and watching this. It means a lot. I'm getting frustrated doing it, but I'm having fun doing it. It's a neat little item to add to any classic car. And in the grand scheme of things, if you plan on doing a lot of driving and a lot of summertime cruising, it's not a bad thing to put in your car. Especially if you want to do long road trips. You know, this car will be extremely babied its first year on the road because of what we got coming up. So, yeah, it is what it is. We need to take care of it. But after that, guys, I'm going to drive it. We'll drive the wheels off of it. That's what they were built to do. GM built them not to sit around. They built them to drive them. So get out and drive them. Guys, until next time, I'll see you tomorrow.